Okay, we are here with some of the Weston kids from Montclair High School. Guys, introduce yourselves.
My name is Matthias Hahn, and I'm an incoming sophomore at Montclair High School.
My name is Dominic Brown, and I'm an incoming sophomore at Montclair High School.
My name is Henry Canningizer, and I'm also an incoming sophomore at Montclair High.
How did you guys find out about the Weston program?
Well, I found out about it this past year from my bio teacher when he just mentioned it, so I looked into it more.
And in my case, I found out about it in 8th grade of middle school. My science teacher, Miss Facey, she told us about the Weston Prep program, which was for middle schoolers, so that they could get to know what the whole Weston program was all about. And then last year in 9th grade, my bio teacher also, she said, "Oh, you should do this, it'll be really fun." And I did.
And how long have each of you been involved in the program?
I've been involved for 1 year.
And if we're going to count the prep program, I guess that's like a full year and a little bit of some weeks of summer activities.
And this is my first year also.
Great. What is a typical day like in Weston?
Well, you come in at 10, and from 10 to 12, you do research with your mentor. From 12 to 1, you then have lunch, which you could like go to the diner where you could bring food or whatever. And from 1 to 2, you have a math section, and it's divided into 4 categories, like 4 sections, and you each switch off so you learn a different type of math. And from 2 to 3, you have a lecture where a different person comes in, like every day, and they lecture you for an hour, and then you go home.
Sounds like a pretty full, fun day, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, what were each of your favorite field trips?
My favorite field trip was when we went to Philly, and we went to the Museum of Medical Oddities.
And what did you like about it in particular?
Well, it was really interesting, and then we got to hang out in Philly, and we got cheesesteaks, which was really good.
In my case, with our group, we did a lot of field work, so we were going out a lot apart from the pre-planned field trips. And so we were studying the sea nettle population in Barnegat Bay, so we went out on a boat a lot. And that was really fun because there was like a lot of like more like just like physical stuff, not so much like calculating anything. And also just going on a like kind of smallish boat with a bunch of people was pretty fun.
My favorite field trip was also the field trip to Philly, because after we left the Medical Oddities Museum, we got to go on South Avenue. I don't forget the avenue, but we got to eat cheesecakes and like walk up and down the avenue and about like an Italian stallion shirts and cheese from Philly also.
Sounds like a fun day, guys. What was your favorite lecture?
My favorite lecture was the lecture about space from Dr. Peak. It was all about how much we don't know and how much more there is to learn about. And it was interesting because it came right after NASA launched the last rocket into space, so it was really interesting.
Very neat. And if you were to say how the program was fun, what would you describe about it that was particularly fun?
It was fun because even though you learned a lot, it wasn't strict. It wasn't a strict environment like other science programs. It was like you got to actually make friends and like be like nice with your mentor. Your mentor was like nice to you as well, and they really helped you out a lot. And it didn't require you to like know more than you actually did. They just taught you.
Yeah, I would have to say that I had 2 mentors, and both of them were really nice and fun and friendly. And also I had a good group of kids, so I made some new friends. I was also there with an old friend. But also, like, on the free time after our field work, we would just hang out and talk. So.
How was it fun for you, Henry?
I really enjoyed what we learned, and I learned a lot of things, especially how to speak in front of a public
Great. So would you guys recommend the program to other kids who are thinking about it? And if so, why?
I would recommend it because this first year was really fun, and I learned a lot, really. And like I'm probably going to do this next year. My mentor said that we would probably follow up on what we did this year. And I really liked what we learned, so that would be really fun.
Yes, I would too. Like the same thing Matthias said. My mentor, the research we did, she said we're going to follow up on the same research we did and then build on it. And that's very interesting, and we're going to try to figure everything out.
And I would definitely try to do it again. We had a lot more of our experience that we could still carry out and we had a lot of successes, and I'd like to keep going with that.
Great. Sounds like you all benefited from the program and had a good time. Thank you, gentlemen, very much for sitting down with us today. This has been Matthias and Dominic and Henry from Montclair High School talking about the Weston program. Thank you, guys.